This is a presentation on the Civil War letters by some of the soldiers who wrote letters home to their families during the war. So the first one is from a young kid. He's writing home to his, I'll just go ahead and start reading. He's writing home to his family. He says, "Dear mother and family, I will take the pencil to let you know we are all well. At present, hoping this will find you in the same. We left the Whitehall station on Thursday about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and got into Washington about 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday, which made about 12 hours on the way. We then stayed there until yesterday, when we had orders to march about 6.5 miles, and when I heard this, I went to the head doctor to ask him what I would do, for I know that I could not carry my knapsack. So he told me that I would have to stay here, and so all them that could not stay on the march was sent to the hospital. There was 10 out of our company, and that was myself and another young man. We did not hear the name of the place that they were going to, but both James and Bob said that they would write as soon as they were settled. That is, they would write home to you. There's about 50 sick and wounded in the department that I am in. I think that I will not be here very long, for I will try and get either home or get to my regiment, for I don't like this very well. It is not because I am not treated well, for it is 6 times better than I expected, but I cannot be contented away from my company. My arm is about the same. I write this merely to let you know something about myself, for I cannot say anything about the others now, but I will have to stop no more at present, but remain your son and brother. Francis M. Russell." And then he writes, "Address your letter to Stanton Hospital, Washington City. I wish you would send me some postage stamps, as we have not got paid yet. My money has run ashore, and I want to write some, and so on. Yours, FMR." So the next letter is from another soldier to his family, and he starts off by saying, "We have just returned from a trip into eastern Tennessee, where we got big amounts of everything to eat, and everything we eat is so good to me, as I had been starved out so long on some bread and beef, all that we got while we were besieging Chattanooga. Up there we got sweet and Irish potatoes, chickens, molasses, white bread, and everything that was good for a poor soldier. Oh, how I wish that I could be at home now, for it is getting late in the evening, and I have had nothing to eat since breakfast, and no telling when we will get rations, for our rations are out, since we left our ration wagons behind in coming here to this place, for I know you have all had a good and plentiful dinner. I know you would say, 'Poor John,' but this is only a chapter in military service, which we often read, but I am content and will be more so when we get rations. The independence of the bounty is what I want, and I am willing to suffer for something to eat. Many, many days it will only send me to my dear parents, a full and independent boy. The enemy still holds their position in Chattanooga, and our lines drawn up close around the place. We are now on the top of Lookout Mountain, overlooking the town. We have a fine view of our entire line, and also of theirs. It is said that we can see into 5 different states from our position. It is very cold up here, as cold as it is where you are in midwinter. You must excuse me this exceedingly bad letter, as I have written in great haste. My love to you all, and all write when you can in a long letter, as I am very anxious to hear from you." And it says John H. Sweet was his name. This is just a presentation. I felt like I could apply stuff like this, as I'm interested in teaching high school history, and just to help students understand, these kids are around their age, and some of them maybe enjoy war a little bit, and others are seeing how it's very tough and not as exciting as it may have seemed at the time. I just figured that a podcast like we were supposed to do, and a Prezi like this is definitely a good way where we can reach out to our students and you know, present them information in a different way that might be more exciting and helpful to them.